Hey YouTube, hey Young and the Restless fans, the week of December 2nd to the 6th will bring plenty of intrigue as we come to expect that in Genoa City. So let's find out what the spoilers are telling us for this week. First of all, Jack will have the last laugh. Victor is going to play his cards close to the vest this week, but Jack, it turns out, will have quite a surprise in store. Victor gave glissade to Diane, but there was a twist. Victor sold all of the divisions of glissade before giving the company to Diane, so it was a shell of a company. However, there's another twist. It turns out Jack was the one who secretly bought up all of those divisions for cheap. So glissade is whole. Jack bought all of those divisions, so now Diane will be happy to hear that as she has glissade with all of its divisions intact. Diane and Jack too will also be happy to hear that Kyle is going to return to Jabot. Diane and Jack want their son back at the family company as co-CEO, and Kyle is going to accept. It looks like the Abbotts are starting to heal some wounds now after all of the turmoil after Jack and Diane's fake breakup. All of that, of course, was a ruse to get Kyle away from Victor, and the plan worked. Kyle's going to be back at Jabot now, so we'll see what's in store next for the Abbott family. But it looks like plenty more intrigue is on the way between Jack and Victor. It looks like Jack and Victor will continue to try and get the advantage on the other. And spoilers say that Jack has a proposal for Diane. So in the preview, we see Jack telling Diane, "I have an idea I want you to consider." It looks like Jack and Diane could hatch another plan, maybe against Victor. But spoilers also say Victor calls Diane's bluff, so it looks like Victor might be one step ahead in this cat and mouse game. It's hard to get an advantage on the chess master, Victor Newman. Nikki also questions Jack's motives this week, so it looks like Victor and Nikki will be suspicious about Jack and Diane's next moves. So stay tuned to see what Jack and Diane are cooking up and how everything is going to unfold in this intrigue between the Abbotts and the Newmans. Should be fun. And back with Nikki, she's going to settle into her new role this week as the CEO of Chancellor. Nikki will keep Esther on as the receptionist too, and Victor is going to celebrate with Nikki, and they'll take some photos with Nikki behind the desk. Claire too has made her decision that she's going to work for Nikki. And spoilers say Kyle romances Claire this week. But it looks like Summer is going to become an obstacle for Kyle and Claire. Summer interrogates Kyle about Claire this week, and Kyle receives mixed signals from Summer. So what's going on here? Does Summer want to reunite with Kyle? Things aren't officially over yet between Chance and Summer, but things seem to be heading in that direction. Does Summer want a reunion with Kyle? Kyle is happy with Claire, and Claire is happy with Kyle, and she's a good influence on Kyle, and she has a great relationship with Harrison. Claire will continue to encourage Kyle to heal his wounds and forgive his parents, and Kyle is doing just that, but Summer looks like will maybe try to interfere in their relationship, or maybe give Kyle the option to reunite with her and maybe bring their family unit with Harrison back together. So we'll see exactly this week what questions Summer is going to have for Kyle when it comes to Claire. Kyle and Claire will also have to deal with Summer, though, it looks like in the foreseeable future, but they're also going to have an encounter this week with somebody that Claire might recognize. Of course, that's Jordan, right? Claire's Aunt Jordan. We know all the chaos that Jordan has caused so far, but now she's working with Ian Ward. And spoilers say Jordan gathers intel for Ian. Ian wants Jordan to go and check on the emotional state of Sharon's daughters, Mariah and Faith, after everything that's happened with Sharon now having confessed to the crimes. But we know that Ward and Jordan are behind the scenes orchestrating things. But Kyle and Claire are going to run into Jordan, and Jordan's going to be in disguise. In the preview, we see Claire asking if they met before, and we see someone in disguise, and we know that's Jordan, and she says, "I don't think so, have a nice day," and Jordan is using an accent. So is Jordan going to get away with this, or will the plan now be under suspicion? Claire is going to know, right, that something is off. Will Claire figure out that this mysterious lady was her Aunt Jordan? Stay tuned to see if Claire starts to maybe put the puzzle pieces together. Of course, Ian, Ward, and Jordan are orchestrating things behind the scenes when it comes to all of this. That's this great story that's happening with Sharon. It seems they could be the real culprits behind what happened to Heather. You know, Ian, Ward, and Jordan could be the real culprits here. And they could also be the ones behind taking Sharon's phone and setting up the accident with Phyllis. Phyllis, of course, had a flashback where she saw a truck, right? Which isn't Sharon's vehicle. So this evidence could help Sharon's cause, but it looks like Phyllis is going to keep that bit of information for herself for now. Spoilers say Phyllis and Summer demand answers from Sharon, and look for earlier this week Phyllis to threaten Sharon as she unloads on her at Crimson Lights. Phyllis is blaming Sharon for everything that's happened, including her accident, but there could be some extenuating circumstances in all of this. And of course, we know Ian, Ward, and Jordan are involved in this, manipulating things behind the scenes. Is Nick going to start putting some of the puzzle pieces together too? And what about Claire, right? With her run-in with Jordan, will she become suspicious? But we'll have to see. But Nick crosses the line this week to help Sharon. So we'll see exactly what that means and what Nick does. But we know from the preview that Nick turns to Chance for help this week. And we see in the preview Nick telling Chance that something isn't sitting right with him about Sharon's confession. And Nick is going to ask Chance for help. This could have maybe something to do with Sharon's phone that went missing and then was mysteriously returned. And it could also have to do with Sharon's medication. Sharon is on the right meds now, and she also said goodbye to Cameron Kirsten too, so that kind of signifies that Sharon is improving, you know, her psychological state. But for months now, it could have been Ian, Ward, and Jordan who maybe have tampered with Sharon's medication all this time, so we'll see. And we'll see exactly what Nick asked Chance for help and what that is exactly. But Nick, I think, is going to become suspicious, and he could start investigating this, and we'll see if Claire tells somebody that she thinks that the mysterious woman she ran into was Jordan. Maybe she shares that with Kyle or with someone else. We'll have to see. There's also, it looks like Ian Ward got Jordan out of jail with an identity swap. So there could be a real person in jail that maybe looks like Jordan. So we'll have to see if things go in that direction, if they find out that Jordan is out. So it's going to be really interesting to see if it dawns on them, right, that, oh no, Jordan could be out there causing more chaos. And of course, that could then lead to Ian Ward too. But for now, Ian and Jordan are lurking, you know, in the shadows. They're behind the scenes, but we know that eventually characters will find out that they're involved, and that's going to be exciting to see. Also this week, Michael counsels Sharon with a tough decision. So Michael might suggest that Sharon stick with the plan of maybe going with an insanity plea. But Sharon, though, she wants to plead guilty. She's confessed. She wants to take responsibility for this. She wants to plead guilty to all the charges and go straight to jail without a trial. But it looks like Michael will be able to talk her down. Nick is also going to warn Adam to keep his distance from Sharon too. So Nick doesn't want to take any chances with Sharon's recovery now, and Adam possibly bringing her a setback. Nick doesn't think Adam is a good influence on Sharon, so he's going to want to keep him away. Also, Christine reluctantly helps Phyllis too this week, so look for the two rivals, right, to find some common ground in this story as they try to piece together this mystery, okay? But Phyllis now, you know, Phyllis knows some important information with her flashback. She saw a vehicle, a truck, right? And that's probably not, I don't think that's Sharon's vehicle. Phyllis has got to know that, so it doesn't look like Phyllis, though, is going to tell anyone about that. But eventually this is going to, you know, become more of an issue probably for Phyllis, and she could confess that she remembers something that, you know, doesn't kind of fit with her idea of what happened, and that could help Sharon's cause. So we'll see if Phyllis tells anybody about her flashback. And over with Billy this week, Billy proves himself to Sally, so it looks like Billy and Sally's relationship is going to continue to grow, which is good for the both of them as they both move on from everything that happened, all of the fallout of what happened with Adam and Chelsea. What Billy's next business move is going to be remains to be seen, but we know that Billy wants to team up with Phyllis to go after Victor. So stay tuned to see if Billy and Phyllis will do just that and come up with a plan. So we'll have to see. But it's going to be another week of mystery and intrigue in Genoa City. Jordan is going to be out in disguise and run into Claire and Kyle, so it's going to be interesting to see how things unfold. Don't miss a moment. It's going to be another exciting week. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Keep it right here for more updates. Watch The Young and the Restless, CBS Daytime and Paramount Plus, and I'll see you in the next video.